one resource I wanted to share with you is on Twitter. You can sign up to receive tweets from Flipgrid Fever. They have a lot of great ideas. This is a really cute one where the students are using lockers as a video booth, and they just keep it really fresh and continue to really give you some great ideas for the classroom. So Flipgrid Fever is a great follow on Twitter. Now today we're going to be looking at my rock cycle and minerals lesson. In 6th grade, students will classify the 3 types of rocks and they will identify the properties of minerals. So first, I like to get them engaged. I would put on Google Classroom a poll everywhere, kind of like a survey, but it's actually going to be a word cloud. So I would go to polleverywhere.com. It's very easy to sign up and get an account. I would just click create, and you can see that they have a lot of choices here where you can click any type, which makes it really exciting and new. Here's even an emotional scale for the kids to see how they're feeling for the day. Here is the word cloud, so I would just type in for them to add words about the rock cycle. So then once I share that with them on Google Classroom, then the students will be creating a word cloud for our class, and we can see what everybody's background knowledge is. I will be using Kahoot to pre-assess the students. Instead of a review or an assessment, I'm going to use Kahoot as a pre-assessment in the beginning of the rock cycle and minerals unit. I already looked up some quizzes. They're really easy to find and or make yourself, so just click under Find Kahoots. I already found this one for us and saved it under My Kahoots, so you can easily view any pre-made quizzes or make your own. You can delete answers, you can add in questions, pictures. This is a great way to scaffold for different types of learners as well. Once I get the data from the pre-assessment on Kahoot, then I will really be able to know where students are with their background knowledge and be able to place them in 2 types of groups, either one that will need review for the rock cycle or one that I can spend a little more time with on the properties of minerals. So a little bit about Kahoot versus quizzes. If you're not as familiar with these 2 interactive sites, Kahoot has been around for about 5 years. 1.6 billion people have played Kahoot since they started. It is a very active, fun, engaging, exciting way to get kids involved in either a pre-assessment, a review, or an assessment on material. Some opinions about Kahoot from teachers and students would be that they like that there are already made quizzes, that teachers say sometimes the class kind of slows down a little bit, maybe depending on loading the actual quiz itself or students taking a little bit longer to answer on Kahoot. Some positives that students liked with Kahoot would be the instant rewards, and then also that it's not too fast, which would actually be a negative, so too fast in little time, so you have to answer pretty quickly. Then some information about quizzes would be some opinions from teachers, is that the students answer independently. There's some funny memes on there. They couldn't really think of any negatives. And opinions for quizzes from students would be that they're not having to go too fast. They can go at their own pace. They view their own screen. But then some negatives would be that they don't get to select their own avatar, and that their rank might change at the end after everyone is actually finished with the game. Some facts on quizzes would be that you can create multiple choice quizzes, and then they can customize the feedback in the forms of memes, and you can combine it with Google Classroom. So Kahoot versus quizzes, you should definitely try in the classroom if you have not already. I will be looking at this unit for several days. So another day we will be looking at a video on discoveryeducation.com, and I'll be searching up, and this site is constantly changing and perfecting itself. This one is called Geologist Notebook, and what I like is there are several videos, but there's also boards, images, audio, text, interactives, and lesson materials. So it's not just about videos here. You can really look and find lots of different things on Discovery Education. You can even select it per grade level, so it goes across the board. This one actually came up pretty quickly. This will be the video that we'd be looking at in my lessons, and I do like once you start playing the video that you can access the closed captions, so the students are getting really used to viewing the words on the screen, which helps if they're note-taking and or scaffolding notes as they're going, which I like to do quite often to keep them engaged. This one has transcripts that you can access, so it's really easy to make a scaffold note-taking device for different types of learners to keep them engaged as you're going. Well, on another day, we'll be going in and looking at our book, and that has the student's book here and their resources. We're actually going to be looking at their resources today, which I already loaded because it does take a while sometimes to load, especially if you're trying to load a bunch at one time. So here are minerals and rocks, and you can see that they have digital lessons available as well as virtual labs. This is a great way to have an interactive tool if you do not have as many hands-on materials in the classroom. The students really can try different virtual labs to be engaged as well. And one that I like to access would be the Mohs hardness scale, and that will give them a chance to identify the physical properties of minerals. Next, I would have the students either making a shadow puppet presentation or Animoto video. Shadow puppet would be on the iPad as an app. It's very easy to use, and the kids really love it. You can either partner them up or have them create their own. Animoto is a way to make videos, which makes them really feel so proud of their work, like they've worked really hard on it. There's lots of different pictures you can access, videos, and also you can download them and include them. So they would either be creating a shadow puppet or Animoto video on the rock cycle or the formation of minerals, depending on where they pre-assessed from the Kahoot quiz. And then once those are created, they'll be sharing with 3 other students their creation. Another website and digital device that I would like to share with you would be on Scholastic. It's called Study Jams, and they have lots of videos and vocabulary for math and science on Study Jams. This one happens to be about the rock cycle. There's a video you can watch. There's even sing karaoke, which would be pretty fun and interesting. You can even print out the material if you need that for different types of learners. They can test or quiz themselves. Here's the vocabulary they can be including in their notebook as they're going. And then on Study Jams, you can also access other types of videos and or slideshows that would pertain to your unit. So this is another great site through Scholastic to access. And last in my unit for the rock cycle and minerals, I'll be having the students either create one of two projects. So either this will be one which will be mainly on the students that need more of a review on the rock cycle, which will be on learning.com, which is called Hard Rock, Soft Rock, Y Rock. And the rock cycle project will be focusing on why should we learn about rocks. The students will study and look for different pictures of rocks, takes pictures of ones in our area, so local rocks. They actually have detailed lesson plans in here, breaking it down, and you can shorten that, adjust that as needed for the students. Or the second project would be on geology.com, where the students will learn about 3 to 5 types of minerals, on why we should learn about minerals. They'll create a video or audio about local minerals. This geology.com site has a lot of very interesting, fun pictures for the students to be able to see lots of different types. So then once that project is done, then we'll be able to share with the class. And then at the end of the unit, I would have the students create a Canva template on either the rock cycle or minerals, depending on their knowledge base. And this is quite fun on Canva, where there's lots of different types, or you can actually customize the dimensions and they can create that. Here's the one that I created for you about technology tools for multiple grade levels in the classroom. And I will be sharing our Shadow Puppet presentation with you as well. Thank you.